rest of the peace banner here on our magic blackboard. There's many other interesting issues of this whole 8 years to discuss. One of them here is the fact that during this period, especially in the beginning, probably for 24 months total, we had counter-protesters to our protest. A group called themselves Fort Wayne Patriots, the son of a Vietnam veteran and a gentleman who actually served in the Iraq War. He went there, came back at least once or twice, and it was an interesting situation. We always had more veterans than they did. It was never a large group. I never really understood it, still don't. We were never disrespecting soldiers. Again, we are veterans. People tried to say so many things about the peace movement in general, which simply had no basis in fact, trying to project things onto us. And basically it was a cheerleading section for the war. So, I mean, basically both sides of the street were for the soldiers, love the soldier, hate the war. But we're going to get to that here. Some people really thought there would be conflict, and probably those days are gone. The Weather Underground days of the peace movement are long gone. That was a very small group of a few hundred people at the end of the Vietnam era. People who simply lost patience. They were peaceful for years and years and years. It was only after bombing of Cambodia and Laos, millions of people died at the end of the Vietnam War. We're not Vietnamese. They kind of lost it and did attempt violence, which basically only hurt themselves. Sad thing. Right here, I don't know if you can see this, we have Department of Peace. This is something we've been promoting from the start. Many of the letters that are on the banner are promoting a Department of Peace. It's something we desperately need. Love to see someone like Dennis Kucinich in charge of it. There ought to be a cabinet level position in the United States government so that when, unfortunately, these aren't the first wars we've waged, these aren't the last wars. We need better guidance in the future, and a secretary in a cabinet level position who can question the run-up to these wars. It's we'd love to have it. Sadly, again, this is the third anniversary in March of 2006. This is about the time Glenn Beck sent a 4-person camera crew to the courthouse green to interview the counter-protesters, Fort Wayne Patriots, and interview a couple of us. So his producer walked over and just put a microphone and asked me, "What do you think of Glenn Beck?" And out of about 500,000 people in the area, it's just hard not to laugh. I'm a big fan. I said he was a warmonger. He is a warmonger, and they showed it on CNN. He is a sport, I guess. Here is probably, this is a, not really a letter to the editor. What are these called? Guest column. This is a guest column. And I was just pretty much going crazy by May of 2006. This is another dictionary definition, and this is a key to everything that we've done. Can you put that up there? Basically, activism is a doctrine or practice that emphasizes direct, vigorous action. And this example, this is in the dictionary, as a mass demonstration, quote unquote, in support of or opposition to one side of a controversial issue. Okay, and people don't understand this. They say, "Oh, I don't have to come to the peace rally. I volunteer for, X disease, to fight some disease." There's many wonderful volunteer issues to be addressed. Activism is different. The key being the controversy, and this is one of the things a need that hasn't been met. People have been unwilling to take action on the controversy of war. And I say, well, you're a volunteer against these diseases. What you have to realize is that war is a disease. War threatens the human race. It's very simple. And so this is what's missing from the equation. When you get into any kind of controversy, people have found another place to be. And one of the best things I've ever written, you're just too busy mopping up the floor to turn off the faucet, too busy fighting for the scraps of the budget to really address how much of our tax dollars are used for militarism in the war, far beyond anything that would actually be required. No other country has 11 nuclear-powered aircraft carriers. No other country has one. We have them all. And they don't stop 9/11s, not yet. We've constantly asked for diplomacy. It's something that's been missing. People say, oh, you can't talk to those people, they're enemies. War would go on forever. And that's another thing, when anybody with a military background would come up and say, I've fought so you would be free and you'd have a life and everything. I said, without peace people, without peacemakers, without peacemongers, the first war would still be going on. Someone must oppose these. Someone must end these. And I consider, again, to be a veteran, honored to be a veteran, honored to be someone trying to work as a peace activist and organizer, working with other good people. Our history, the American Revolution, so much of it was nonviolent. We're actually surpassing combat deaths in the Revolutionary War. We should, in the near future, any time, you can look it up in the almanac. I think it was 4,435 combat deaths in the Revolutionary War. People concentrate on the violence and forget how much of our freedom and the things we count on today were done nonviolently. I'd like them to work on that. We've done other things in rally. People say, oh, you're one-dimensional, you only rally. Wrong. We've been Three Rivers Parade 4 times. We've had 3 floats during that time. 2 of them were 8 foot by 20 foot. Try to have as many people marching as we can. We've done 10 peace trees at the Embassy Festival of Trees, just really to promote peace. There were war trees done by local weapons makers. A lot of soldiers, and nothing says Christmas, nothing says, the Prince of Peace like a hot machine gun, So the peace trees were necessary. Just really trying to get through to people, limitations of military power. Military power is basically obsolete. It really is. War is obsolete. We have to maintain a standing military, understand that. But that war itself, we are not prevailing against 2 of the smallest, weakest countries around. People tell me regularly we're going to fight Russia and China. It's pretty simply the end of the world. That's really not doable. We go nuclear so fast, this world would be a very short trip. More examples. We have a lot of examples of thousands and thousands of stickers, 3-inch by 4-inch stickers that we distributed, and not ashamed of any of it. And we still have it. End the war. Something to keep the issue to the forefront. No one really from the Fort Wayne area and the local peace movement has ever been arrested. We did have some people from the north who felt called upon to be arrested to oppose the funding of the war, and it's fine. It was all done non-violently, kind of a catch and release program, and this is the way they felt they had to express themselves. I'm not going to judge it. Right here in the bottom here, this is some of our, this person who started Fort Wayne Patriots, Rex Mercer. And again, a nice guy, well-intentioned guy. I called him up as soon as I heard they were going to have counter rallies across the street from us, I called his number, and I said, okay, let's keep this peaceful. And we agreed. We don't cross the street, and we maintain the peace that way. Very simple. And everything was fine. We parked next to each other. People really thought we'd fight. I'm like, no, we're here. We're expressing ourselves. This is America. This is the beauty of America. We had a lot of visitors. We've had peace people stop by and visit us. Several people here were walking, across the country to express dissatisfaction with the war, and we tried to host them and give them a good meal and talk with them. There have been other peace events in the city. There is an organization at University of St. Francis called Just Peace that they have an annual vigil, basically, kind of a multi-religious affair that and people from all faiths get together. This is what we need. We're all related. Everybody on earth is related. There are no evil groups of people. You can't demonize countries, religions, nationalities, races. That's absurd. It's one of the tenets of the peace movement. We simply don't believe in it. And we're trying to work with anybody that we can. There you go. There we go. That's IPFW there. Alrighty. Or no, that's University of St. Francis. I'm sorry. University of St. Francis, and that is the peace event. One of the things we have is I actually got so disturbed with people like Mark Sauter because he's not just a war supporter. He was what I call a chicken hawk. He was raised apostolic. He was raised in a peace environment. He's a conscientious objector to the war in Vietnam, and he bought into the 1% solution. I mean, I heard him say this directly. I think it was 04 Rally for America in the Grand Wayne. They were never assured that Iraq was a danger to us. The 1% is, if there's a 1% chance somebody might hurt you, you got to kill them. And I cannot think of anything more unchristian at the moment than that. He's gone now due to other things, which the fact that he voted for a war that killed so many innocent people, that is the true moral deficit to the Mark Sauters of the world, chicken hawks. They won't fight themselves. They'll send you. They'll send your sons and daughters to fight on a 1% chance. It's crazy. It is crazy. And this is something we've been dealing with all along. Religious morality seems to end below the belt buckle. They pick on low-hanging social vices, smoking, drinking, and definitely no dancing. But it's all right to kill people, though. And I just have never understood it, remain puzzled and perplexed. And I would like to we must bring people's concept of morality up, literally up, and to the level of don't kill people unnecessarily. One of the many displays we had here, we've tried to represent the dead, use a visual aid, use a little mask to represent the significance of all the deaths we have occurred. I think these were, let's see here. I think we had 88 flags. This would have been March 16, 2008. We recently did the boot display from the American Friends Service Committee, the Quakers. We're up to 171 now, and this is just active duty soldiers from Indiana who've been killed in these wars. Trying to represent them with flags, with boots, anything just to get across to people. I don't really believe that the deaths are real to many people outside the immediate family of our soldiers. And it's one of the things we do in Veterans for Peace. And obviously the Quakers, evidently. Just the anniversaries just get sadder and sadder. This is 5 years too many. below here.